Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a few posts here from some chart analysts, so I thought I'd share their views and then I'll give you my response in regards to this and where we are in the current state of the market. So first off, we have Jonathan Carter, and he says, #HBAR, flag ready to break. Hedera is poised to break out from the bullish flag pattern on the 2D chart. The 35-day tight range consolidation with support at MA 100 indicates compression entering the final phase. A breakout could propel the price towards the targets 29 cents, 39 cents and 55 cents. Okay, so 55 cents you start talking about like all-time high territories there. Then we also have Anonymous, and he does crypto predictions, it says here. So, prediction, #HBAR. Price predictions 79 cents and $1.08. I expect the altcoin market to top between November 2025 to January 2026. Okay, and then we've just got one more, and this one's from Swallow Academy. So $Hedera is getting ready for a bullish breakout move here, where we are just a few confirmations away from that 50% movement. Okay, alright, cool. So the thing that I'll say first and foremost is, one of the things that we were hoping for in regards to trying to get this bull run moving was the rate cuts. I told you before, if you've been watching my XRP content as well, it was pretty much a given that the rate cuts was going to get approved. There's like this thing that they release where they give you like statistics and like probability, and it gives you like a percentage of what the likelihood is, and the overwhelming majority said the percentage is like 90 something percent. I think it was like 98% that they were going to do rate cuts, and I was yet to see those predictions that they put out regularly be wrong. So I was pretty much convinced that this was going to happen. So yeah, at the end of the day, it has occurred, and we did see a bit of upwards momentum at one point. It has kind of, consolidated a little bit again, so we are still back in a range, but it's not necessarily something that's always going to happen overnight, right? This is one of those things that it's a catalyst. So now we know that that door is open. It will add into people now starting to spend money more and take money into risk on assets, that kind of thing. So it's the knock-on effect, basically, right? It doesn't have to be like the immediate effect, it's the knock-on effect over a certain period. And so, I've said to you guys before, if you used to ask me my for fun guess, I do still believe we are still in the bull run at this point, although we are, going through this kind of stagnated phase at the moment. Again, it takes time. The bull runs don't just happen because you want them to happen or because you're frustrated. It happens when it does happen. But when you look at like the levels that we're at with some of these cryptos, many of them haven't really dropped into any like concerning like resistance lines or support lines or anything like that. At the end of the day, one of the things I was saying before, what I was told is that if Bitcoin dropped below 105,000, that's when we're looking at, not that we're going into a bear market, but that maybe the bull run won't be as aggressive, because Bitcoin would have topped if that's the case. But that didn't happen. So if that is correct, then that means that basically, Bitcoin will have another opportunity to go for a new all-time high, which basically means more value coming into the crypto space, because the cryptos basically get cycled from one to another, and that's how the alt season rally goes. That's how it kicks off. So yeah, like at the end of the day, everything that we can see here is indicating that we're in a good position. Where is HBAR going to go? I don't know. Like you've got some ideas here of where they're saying the next kind of levels could be. I'm not in a position to say where they will go because I don't know. So I'm not here to kind of pull the wool over your guys' eyes. I'm just going to tell you, we'll see. I do believe though that the bull run is still in place. So I do still believe that, HBAR will, at the very least, it will surpass its previous all-time high. That's my personal expectation. So again, you can take that with a pinch of salt because I'm not a chart analyst. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know for sure, but this is just based on just what I believe in terms of the bull run still being in play, and HBAR being one of the assets that I think will, have a good run from this bull run. So at the end of the day, that's my perspective. But yeah, at the end of the day, like from what we're seeing now, one of the other big things is the ETFs that have been put through. So you've got this new framework that the SEC have put out, which is basically fast tracking certain cryptos. And HBAR was one of the cryptos that's been fast tracked so that ETFs can get approved a lot quicker. So that to me says a lot. Like that to me says, HBAR is one of these cryptos that clearly the government are looking at. It also means that I think there's a lot of demand there for a HBAR ETF, which is why they've put them on the fast track list. So yeah, I think that really does say a lot, to be honest with you. And if we do get a flood now of these ETFs, because this has made the framework for the ETFs a lot easier to get approved, like that could bring a lot of value into the space, because people who might want to get involved in crypto but don't understand how to utilize it properly, they can still get involved, right? Through the older methods, in terms of the more traditional methods where they just hold an ETF and the custodian, whoever that may be, they will hold the HBAR for them, right? Whoever the owners are of that ETF. So that's a way better way for, the average retail investor to get in who may not want to get involved with crypto or just doesn't understand how to. So that's bringing in way more opportunity for more value to come into the space. So I think that's a massive thing. So if we think about the catalyst that we've got, the rate cuts and the ETFs now, and the fact that we're just still, supposedly in a bull run from what it appears, yes, there's a lot more upside potential to go here. So this could be really exciting. This could get very big, very fast. So I don't know where it's going to go for sure. Time will tell. There could be a black swan event or anything like that. But from what I'm seeing now, like we're at the point now where we're literally on the precipice of, the bull run happening. So here's hoping that is the case. These are the kind of targets that you've got analysts saying. 55 cents. I'm assuming that was a short-term target, not a long-term target, because, if HBAR hit 55 cents and that was its whole run, I'm just going to be honest, I'll be very disappointed. I wouldn't be expecting that. $1.08, I think that's a lot more, I'll be a lot more happy with that. Is that plausible? Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's an outrageous ask. Will it happen? I don't know. That's something that we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I do think $1 is absolutely plausible. That's not, that's not unrealistic or anything like that. So time will tell. But yes, guys, just get ready just in case, because you never know. The bull run could just be around the corner. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.